Today I am showing you the 10 rules of subject-verb agreement. Is it one of my friends is fun or one of my friends are fun? You're gonna find out today. Hello guys! In English, the verb agrees with the subject. What does that mean? It means this: he play baseball. So you have to find the verb first. The verb is play, that is the action. But now, if you want to find the subject, you have to ask before the verb who plays or what plays baseball. In this case, it's who. Who plays baseball? And the answer is he. He is your subject. And I said the verb agrees with the subject. So we have to say he plays baseball. There are many examples of this. We are playing baseball. We don't say we am playing baseball. She has played baseball. We don't say she have played baseball because the subject and the verb are in agreement. Easy, right? Wrong. It's not easy because there are many special and confusing cases. Here are some examples. 5 years is or are a long time. The news was or were surprising. One of the students is or are funny. Everybody is or are happy. Today, you're going to find all the answers in the video. Here's our study program for today. We have a lot to study because, like I said, I'm going to give you 10 different rules to help you always get the right answer. Here's the first problem that my students have: subjects with and. For example, I'm going to give you this quiz here. Tom and Jerry is or are best friends. Now you have to make your choice. And the answer is Tom and Jerry are best friends. How about this one? Peanut butter and jelly is or are my favorite sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly is my favorite sandwich. Now, from these two examples, I want you to try to think of the rule. What is the rule for subjects with and? Here it is. The rule is that subjects with and usually take a plural verb. For example, Tom and Jerry are best friends. Except when it's a single entity. A single entity means one thing. Then it's a singular verb. So that is the second example. Peanut butter and jelly is one sandwich. So it's one thing, it's one entity, and that's why we use peanut butter and jelly is my favorite sandwich. Now you need to practice. Here we go. Question 1. My brother and sister is or are coming to the party. My brother and sister are coming to the party. Fish and chips, a popular dish in the UK. Is a popular dish in the UK because it's one dish. Fish and chips is one thing together. We see it as one dish, one kind of food. Number 3, gin and tonic, a common cocktail. Gin and tonic is a common cocktail, of course, because it's one cocktail, it's in one glass, so it's a single entity. Apples and oranges, a healthy snack. Apples and oranges make a healthy snack. They are two different fruits. Her dog and his cat, different kinds of care. Her dog and his cat need different kinds of care. Two different animals. And the last one, law and order, important for a peaceful society. Ready? Law and order is seen as one. So law and order, like the TV program, it's a set expression. So law and order is important. Here is the second challenging case. Subjects with either or, neither nor. Very challenging. Here's your quiz. Neither the child nor the parents sleeping. Ready? Make your choice. And the answer is are sleeping. Neither the child nor the parents are sleeping. Now let's flip it around. Neither the parents nor the child sleeping. Is it the same or is it different? The answer is it is different. Neither the parents nor the child is sleeping. Now can you think of the rule? What is the rule? This is the rule. The verb agrees with the subject closer to it. So in this case right here, the subject closer to the verb is parents. So parents are sleeping. In the other case, the child is sleeping. Now it's time to practice. Question 1. Either the cat or the dogs making noise in the yard. It should be easy because you know the rule now. It has to agree with the dogs. The dogs are making noise in the yard. Neither John nor his friends coming to the party. Are coming to the party because it agrees with his friends. Either the children or the babysitter responsible for the mess. And the answer is either the children or the babysitter is responsible for the mess because it agrees with babysitter, the subject closer to the verb. Neither the children nor their mother at home. Was at home. It agrees with mother. Last question. Neither the driver nor the passengers injured in the crash. Ready? And the answer is were injured in the crash because it's the passengers were injured in the crash. Not bad, right? Here's another sticky point for many students. Nouns ending in S. Here's your quiz. Mathematics, interesting to me. Do you say is interesting or are interesting? The answer is interesting. How about this one? The news, worse than we expected. The answer is was. Now, what is the rule with this one? It's not really a rule, but you have to know that some nouns look plural because they finish with an S, but they are not plural. They are singular nouns. Here are some words that look plural but are actually singular. Academic subjects, mathematics, physics, economics, and so on, these ones are singular. Activities, gymnastics, aerobics, athletics, and so on. Countries, now be careful with this one, right? The United States is. The Philippines is. The Netherlands is. It's all singular, even though there's an S. Diseases, measles, mumps, diabetes, and so on, that's singular. And also some other useful ones. Politics, TV series, a TV series, good news, they are all singular. Now remember the quiz from the beginning? I gave you this question right here. The news was or were surprising. Now you know the answer. The answer is the news was surprising. Here's an easy one. Expressions of time, money, distance, and weight. Here's your quiz. 30 minutes, all I need to get ready. So in the morning, you have to get ready for work, and you need only 30 minutes. So what would you say? 30 minutes is all I need to get ready. $5, too much for this coffee. That's bad coffee, so I paid $5 and I'm not happy. $5 is too much for this coffee. 7 days, too short for a vacation. 7 days is too short for a vacation. What's the rule? Super easy. They are treated as singular even though they seem plural. I know 30 minutes with an S and you're like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, so many minutes, but we see that as one-time expression. 30 minutes is one unit of time. So that's why we say is. Practice makes perfect. Let's go. Number one, for student, 2 hours, a long time to focus. Ready? For a student, 2 hours is a long time to focus. After all that work, $200, not enough for the job. After all that work, $200 is not enough for the job. 3 weeks, what you need to fully recover. So maybe you recover from an injury, for example. So 3 weeks is what you need to fully recover. The monthly payments of $100, difficult to manage. The monthly payments of $100 were difficult to manage. Did you get this one right? I hope so, because here, remember, we are always focusing on the subject. So, what were difficult to manage? And the answer is the monthly payments. And payments is plural. So in this case, the verb has to agree with payments. So that's why we have to use were difficult to manage and not was difficult to manage. If you said $100 was difficult to manage, that would be okay. But here you have the monthly payments before $100. Number 5, on a hot day, 10 kilometers, a challenging hike. Ready? 10 kilometers is a challenging hike. Let's go back to our intro quiz. You remember this question? 5 years, a long time. Of course, 5 years is a long time. Did you get it right? I hope so. You're doing well. Let's keep going. Number 5. Nouns that refer to many items. Here's your quiz. This pair of shoes is or are uncomfortable. You ready? So pair is a word. It's a noun that refers to many items. A pair of shoes, one pair but many shoes. 2 shoes in one pair. The answer is this pair of shoes is uncomfortable. That set of tools, great for home repairs. That set of tools is great for home repairs. Here's the rule for you. Nouns that refer to many items require a singular verb because it's one pair of shoes. Even though there are 2 shoes in one pair, we focus on the pair. We focus on the set. A little practice won't hurt. Let's give it a try. That bunch of bananas, too ripe. Ready? That bunch of bananas is too ripe. A bunch, one bunch, many bananas in one bunch, but it's only one bunch. This pair of headphones, wireless. Is wireless, of course, because it's a pair, one pair. A set of golf clubs, left in the trunk of the car. A set of golf clubs was left in the trunk of the car because it's one set. Many golf clubs, but only one set. The bouquet of flowers, beautifully arranged. The bouquet of flowers is beautifully arranged. Number 5. 5 bunches of grapes, needed to make 1 bottle of wine. Ready? And the answer is 5 bunches of grapes are needed. Watch out here, because here you have 5 bunches, even though it's a noun that refers to many items, but that noun is plural. It's not only 1 bunch of grapes, it's 5 bunches, so are needed to make 1 bottle of wine. Here's a challenging one, fractions and percentages. Here's your quiz. 2/3 of the pie, eaten. 2/3 of the pie was eaten. How about this one? Half of the students, attending the event. Half of the students are attending the event. Now, what's the rule? The verb agrees with the noun that follows the fraction or percentage. So 2/3 is not the focus. The focus is on the pie. 2/3 of the pie. So the pie was eaten. Half of the students, the focus is on students. Half of the students are attending the event because half is not attending the event. The students are attending the event. You need to practice. Let's go. A quarter of the people in agreement. And the answer is a quarter of the people are in agreement because the people are in agreement. Number 2, 80% of the employees working remotely. 80% of the employees were working remotely. Employees. Half of the clothes on sale. Half of the clothes are on sale. 3/4 of the land covered in trees. 3/4 of the land is covered in trees. The land is covered in trees. 70% of the work complete. Is complete. The work is complete. Don't give up. Number 7, conjunctions like as well as, together with, and along with. Here's your quiz. The artist, along with her students, displaying her work. Ready? The answer is the artist, along with her students, is displaying her work. Number 2, the managers, together with the staff, attending the meeting. And the answer is the managers, together with the staff, are attending the meeting. Here's the rule. The verb agrees with the main subject, not the additional phrase. The additional phrase is right here, along with her students. So you can remove this part right here. So you can say the artist is displaying her work. The managers are attending the meeting. Here are other similar conjunctions. The singer, not to mention the band members, performing tonight. The singer is performing tonight, so you can remove the additional phrase. The employees, accompanied by the boss, touring the factory. The employees were touring the factory. The actors, joined by the director, rehearsing for the play. The actors, joined by the director, were rehearsing for the play because the actors were rehearsing. The mayor, as well as his advisors, present at the meeting. The mayor was present at the meeting. Super useful stuff coming up. Watch out with these ones. Indefinite pronouns like everyone, somebody, nothing, something, everything, and so on. Here's your quiz. Everyone, the rules of the game. Monopoly is super famous, so everyone knows the rules of the game. Something strange about that house. Something feels strange about that house. Here's the rule. They always require a singular verb, even when they seem plural. Here are some more examples. Someone stolen my wallet. Remember, always a singular verb. Someone has stolen my wallet. Number 2, anybody allowed to join the group. Anybody is allowed to join the group. Everybody waiting for the announcement. Everybody is waiting for the announcement. This one does look plural. Everybody, right? So many people. But it is still a singular verb. Number 4, some things better left unsaid. So there are some things you shouldn't say. That's what it means. And the answer is Some things are better left unsaid. Be careful here because it's some things. It's not something. It's some things. So the things are plural. So that's why we say are better left unsaid. Nothing more important than family. Nothing is more important than family. Did you get this one right at the beginning of the video? Everybody happy. Of course, everybody is happy. Now you know. We're almost finished. We're at number 9, quantifiers, indefinite pronouns. So all, some, most, a lot, plenty, and so on. There are so many of them. Here's your quiz. Most of the cake eaten at the party. What would you say? So most is a quantifier. Most of the cake was eaten at the party. How about this one? Most of the applicants qualified for the job. Most of the applicants are qualified for the job. Now you can make up your own rule with this one. I think it's pretty clear. The verb agrees with the noun that follows the quantifier. So the quantifier is not important. The cake was eaten at the party. The applicants are qualified for the job. Practice is the key to success, right? Remember this. The more you practice, the better you're going to become. Number 1, none of the money recovered after the robbery. None of the money was recovered after the robbery. Plenty of people interested in attending the event. Plenty of people are interested. Enough of the players ready to start the game. Enough of the players are ready to start the game. None of the computers functioning properly. None of the computers are functioning properly. A lot of work still unfinished. A lot of work is still unfinished. Last but certainly not least important, expressions with one. One of the only, more than one. Be careful with these ones. Quiz. More than one car involved in the accident. So there was a big accident, a big pileup on the highway. So more than one car was involved in the accident. Yes, it was. One of the neighbors frequently. One of the neighbors complains frequently. The rule is simple. They all require a singular verb. So remember, expressions with one requires a singular verb. One is singular, so that should be easy to remember. One last practice round. More than one person offended by his comment. More than one person was offended. One of the players injured during the game. One of the players was injured during the game. More than one answer correct in this quiz. More than one answer is correct in this quiz. Excellent. Now you know the answer to this question. One of the students, funny. Of course, one of the students is funny. Let's review. We have seen so many different rules, and I know it seems to be a lot because 10 rules to remember is a little too much, right? It's hard to remember, isn't it? There are too many. But remember this, native speakers don't study this. It comes naturally with practice. People don't need to remember these. The more you practice, the easier it will become. So practice is key. Don't forget. It's quiz time. I'm giving you 20 questions to see if you remember or if it comes naturally to you by now. Either the doctor or the nurses attending the patient. Ready? Either the doctor or the nurses are attending the patient. It's rule number 2. If you didn't get it right, you can go back in the video and you can study rule number 2 one more time. Question 2. $30, all I have in my wallet. Ready? $30 is all I have in my wallet. Rule number 4. More than one of the candidates considered for the position. More than one of the candidates was considered for the position. Rule number 10. Question 4. Everyone excited about the trip. Everyone is excited about the trip. Rule number 8. Question 5. Macaroni and cheese, my comfort food. Ready? Macaroni and cheese is my comfort food because it's one single entity. Mac and cheese is one dish. Question 6. The pair of sunglasses, missing. The pair of sunglasses is missing. Rule number 5. Question 7. The bride and groom dancing together. The bride and groom are dancing together. Rule number 1. 20 kilos, too much to lift for some people. 20 kilos is too much to lift for some people. Rule number 4. Question 9. 1/3 of the cookies burnt. 1/3 of the cookies are burnt. Number 6. Question 10. Politics, public speaking skills. Politics requires public speaking skills. Rule number 3, it's a singular noun. Question 12. All of my order delivered on time. So you got a delivery and all of your order was delivered on time. Quantifiers number 9. Question 13. The dog, along with its puppies, playing in the yard. The dog, along with its puppies, was playing in the yard. Rule number 7. Question 14. Only 3/4 of her homework completed. Only 3/4 of her homework was completed. Rule number 6. Question 15. Something gone wrong with his laptop. Something has gone wrong with his laptop. Question 16. Neither the players nor the coach happy with the result. Neither the players nor the coach is happy with the result. Question 17. Most of the cookies are gone. Most of the cookies are gone. Rule number 9, quantifiers. Question 18. The news spreading quickly. The news is spreading quickly. Rule number 3. Question 19. The bouquet of roses, lovely. The bouquet of roses is lovely. Rule number 5. And the last one, question number 20. The guide as well as the tourists amazed by the scenery. The guide as well as the tourists was amazed by the scenery. Rule number 7. Hey, what score did you get out of 20 questions? Make sure you tell me in the comments below. And don't forget, if you want to learn more useful English, check out my other videos. See you next time. Bye-bye.